Escape the dungeon!
Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role-playing game. My name is Mike Cripps, and I will be your master of ceremonies, and I am joined by 4 mystifying players. Zach Brass.
Hello, I'm going to be your guest character for today.
That's basically what you did last week, man.
I can't remember what I did last week. I just pick it randomly without thinking.
Dom Brass.
Hey, I'm Dom, and I will be playing Bobby the Werewolf this week.
That's basically what you did last
Fuck
week.
you.
Nate Brass.
What's up, Internet? I'm Nate. I play the wizard person.
And Tyler Knittle.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm the editor.
Each season, we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season, we are playing Urban Shadows 2nd Edition, a Powered by the Apocalypse game published by Magpie Games. Fellas, we have a time-honored tradition on this show. Or, most weeks I'll open up the discussion by asking you guys a loaded question that you get mad at me about. And you might think that that's what's going on here again. But I swear, hand to God, that this question comes from a place of empathy and compassion. And I am prepared to answer it this week. And if you'd like me to answer it first, I can. But my question for you all is, how have you guys embarrassed yourselves recently?
Oh, fuck.
Recently? I don't know. I've been a real recluse lately.
Probably at your wedding.
Yeah, well, I can say that answer might apply to well, never mind. I was thinking of the wrong wedding.
No, I'm talking about Mike's wedding when I was going up.
Oh.
I was going up the elevator, and I was on the elevator with these 4 women. And they're like, do you want to come back up to our room? I'm like, oh, I got to get changed real quick.
I hadn't heard of that, Tyler.
You didn't? How did you not hear that story?
Had told
Everyone
me.
It was
giving,
his wedding.
Everyone
There was too many things.
Yeah, that's true. But everyone gave me shit after that one. And it was like the end of Dumb and Dumber when the busload of bottles rides up to them. They're like, hey, can you guys ride with us and like oil us up before competitions? Oh, well, there's a town back that way. There's bound to be people there that can help you.
Were these people that were at my wedding, or were these like hotel
No,
randos?
they were unrelated guests.
That's so funny, Tyler.
I know. I'm literally the only person that can fall into a barrel of tits and come out sucking my own thumb.
That's a expression, I guess. What happened to me recently is I farted during a dental cleaning.
That's just fun.
They got to deal with bad breath. That's not that bad.
I know. It wasn't even like a bad one, but you know when the hygienist is like really getting in there and like getting between your teeth to clean them out. My entire body was just kind of tensing as she was really going to town on my teeth, and a little pressure just built up and squeezed out. And it wasn't a loud one, but I felt it happen, and I was like, please don't be a one that smells.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could you smell it?
Oh, I was gonna say, don't be a shart.
No, it was not at risk of that.
I mean, when's the last time you shit your pants?
A few years ago when I was really sick.
Okay, fair. Not gambling on a fart?
Just stomach flu.
Speaking of embarrassing ourselves. I'm an embarrassing person, sorry.
Yeah, and it luckily, like, the smell only lingered for like half a second, but it was definitely there.
Oh,
and
God.
The hygienist definitely noticed. So luckily, you know, we all were in a position where we could just pretend that nothing happened and move on with our lives.
That's fair. That's fair. I called a coworker the wrong name, and it was not exactly by accident. It's because I forgot what their name was. And I've been working with them for like 5 years.
Zach. Oh, that is rough.
Yeah, it was bad. I played it off well, I think. You know, just, you know, some morning brain fart bullshit, but like, you know, it was like, oh shit, how did I not remember that guy's name?
You're a bad friend.
Yeah, I've been there before.
There's a lot of people at work, man. I'm not good with names or faces or people.
Nate, I feel like you must have done something embarrassing recently.
Nope, I'm perfect.
No, you're not. Spill it.
No, he's a cool guy.
You can't embarrass yourself if you're not embarrassed.
Everybody makes mistakes. That's why there's erasers on pencils. Now tell us your embarrassing shit.
Wow. Fuck this
I
guy.
got nothing.
I'm tired of you not participating.
I've been pretty awesome lately. Well, you guys.
Plus, last week it was not on him. That was you guys. You wouldn't shut the fuck up.
I'm here to play games, okay? I'm not here to
You're not here to make friends.
chit chat and gossip and fucking
Let's go, dude.
talk about bullshit. I'm here to fucking kill Jesus statues and cults of evil. Okay? That's what I signed up for. That's what I want.
But some people skip that part.
Yeah, that's okay. They don't have to hear
That's
me
true.
talk.
Your dad listens to this just to hear you tell embarrassing stories about yourself, Nate. Are you going to let your dad be disappointed?
Hi, Dad. I'm good.
Dave, email us Nate's embarrassing story. We'll read it next episode.
It won't be next episode because we won't listen to the recording until then, or you won't hear this episode. But, you know, eventually it'll come up.
Eventually we will tell an embarrassing story about Nate on this
I'm actually
podcast.
think I'm just going to have to put my my foot down and say that no parental intervention.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's psychotic. That's like chemical warfare.
Yeah, no, I also were really fucking playing with fire there, man.
Yeah, that's a dangerous place to go.
I'd like to take a moment here and just speak directly to our audience for a minute. And dear listeners, if you've ever farted during a medical examination of any kind, I just want to tell you that I'm with you. Okay, solidarity. We'll get through this together, and we're gonna come out stronger and with tighter sphincters after all of this.
Well, I mean, at least a doctor's appointment seems to be the worst place you've ever farted.
Speaking of farts.
Speaking of farts, this is also a true story.
Oh no.
One time I sneezed and farted at the exact same time, and it like somehow threw my back out. Like I had to lie down on the floor afterwards.
It was like your spine compressed from getting pushed by both sides. All right. Enough about farts. Now let's talk about something that truly stinks. Statue Jesus. Let's fight him.
Previously on Urban Shadows. It's the witching hour on April Fool's Day, and Bobby, Ezra, Chris, and Dale have broken into the House of Good News to eliminate the sons of earthly filth. They were greeted by Pastor L.J. Jr., who asked them to give up their plot and leave, but the group refused. That's when the pastor's wizardly defenses began to activate, and everything went south quick. Energy blasts rained down on our heroes. Ezra has gotten into a fight with a giant stone Christ. Chris has aggravated the chupacabras meant for the sons. And Bobby has brought out the angry ghost of the Gaunt Man, who has taken possession of Dale. Let's set the scene real quick. So, you are in the House of Good News, okay? There's the lobby, which has photos of the pastor, LJ Jr., who are shooting laser beams out of the eyes of him in the photos. About half of these photos have been destroyed by you guys, but the other half are still blasting away. Chris has tried to control the chupacabras by playing the bloodstone flute, but whatever she was doing it wrong, and the chupacabras have gotten aggravated. Bobby tried to wolf out and save Chris, but the chupacabras brought you both down. And then beyond the lobby, a giant statue of Jesus Christ is doing kung fu at Demon Ezra. So Ezra, Bobby, and Chris are all in pretty bad situations. These stone fists and kicks of Jesus starting to pummel Ezra. Bobby and Chris surrounded by these lamprey-mouthed chupacabras that are closing in on them. But then there is Dale.
Sell out!
Dale, what is going on with you as this ghostly presence inside you is making yourself known, and suddenly you no longer see Bobby as a friend, but rather as a sellout?
Well, I'm really hungry. I know that.
You are very hungry.
But at the end of last episode, I was trying to get my hands on that bloodstone flute. Because this ghost that's possessing me wants to create art, does he not?
Yeah.
And music is art, is it not?
It is. And you do see the flute on the ground, sort of in the middle of this pack of chupacabras that are surrounding, your companions here.
Yeah, I'm going to pick it up and play it.
Play an elaborate little ditty, kind of like Legend of Zelda.
Oh, that's how you're supposed to play it.
You know that the flute is how you can give orders to the chupacabras if you are able to play it right. What order are you trying to give as you pick up the flute and begin to blow?
Rip apart the rest of the paintings.
Very good. I would like you to roll with heart.
Haha, +2. This phantom that possesses me speaks through me. Behold, true art. Oh. And it's terrible. It's so bad. It's
God.
the worst thing you've ever heard go in your ear holes. Because I rolled a 4. Oh, man.
No, buddy.
You rolled a snake eyes there, my guy.
I did.
Oh, man, Dale.
Oops. That's what I get for talking shit.
And so you play these horrible, shrill notes on the flute.
I don't play them. The ghost that possesses me plays them.
It's coming out of your mouth, brother.
Nice cover, dude.
The chupacabras begin to twitch around now the three of you. And one of them starts to lunge in aggravation at Chris. But Chris, as it gets like a fraction of an inch from you, you see this like smoky force field sort of emerge around you, and the one chupacabra full on bounces off. And just like in a movie where someone was shot and we have to, show the audience that they've got a bulletproof vest on until they like open their shirt, you pull the amulet out from around your neck, and you realize that the amulet that Nigel gave you as protection is going to work for you here.
Is that Mithril?
Mithril. Yeah, I was thinking Mithril too.
I looked shocked as I forgot I was wearing it.
But your friends have no such amulet. And one of the chupacabras full on lunges at Dale, knocks him over. And we see Dale in like double vision, like him and the ghost overlaid on top of each other, sort of phasing in and out, as one of the chupacabras puts its face right up against Dale's, opens that infinitely fanged circular mouth, and begins to suck. And both Dale and the ghost scream in pain as parts of their spirit are absorbed by the creature.
Oh no, Dale's getting sucked off again.
Oh, fuck.
Dale, I need you to mark 1 harm.
Wait, did we get armor from you, Chris?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, okay. Darn. All right.
Not this
Yeah.
Not
time.
this time.
Ah!
Ezra, you are in the sanctuary, the worship hall, surrounded by pews in front of the big stage and big screen. The screen which displays the pastor's face as he looks down on you with disdain, as Jesus does kung fu on you. What is Ezra doing?
Ezra's gonna try and do demon kung fu on Jesus. Like this is perfect. Are you kidding me? He's been having a little bit of crisis about his life lately, and this is just a statue. He can just go all fucking out. It's a statue.
Does he think fighting Jesus is a good omen in his life?
Look, all he knows is that it's probably not gonna bleed when he kills it.
I think we all fight Jesus at one point or another in our lives.
Yeah, but Ezra isn't looking into things like this, right? Like, that's why he sold his soul to demons.
At any rate, that pastor, reverend, father, whatever title is committing blasphemy by, making an effigy of Jesus his kung fu bodyguard. So, don't feel too bad about it.
But we're talking about Ezra right now. I just think this is a bad omen
No.
for
He's
Ezra.
fighting blasphemy. It's good.
Yeah, anyway, Ezra's, if anything, genuinely exhilarated and excited. Like, oh, cool. This is something he can fucking beat up and smash up with no worry about the situation, really. Hopefully.
Guilt-free.
Yeah, guilt-free. And plus, this is more worthy of his competition. Regular people, that's nothing. Like, Ezra's a badass demon. So, he goes in there, flaming sword in hand. It's not really kung fu because he's using a flaming sword, but, this guy's, got, 6 feet on him at least, I assume. So, you think it's fair?
Yeah, he is much bigger than Ezra
Yeah, that
is.
seems like a fair fight then.
So you are going to brandish your sword and turn to violence?
Oh, 100%.
Then go ahead and roll with blood.
That would be a 9.
A 9. Okay. So you inflict harm as established. What level of harm does your sword do?
2. But I have the ability Deadly, which means inflict +1 harm. You cannot choose to reduce this harm. It is a ability by the hunters, which I took because I figured, Hunter, Ezra, it felt suiting.
Very good. So this is a new thing that you've gotten, where you were able to take this move from the Hunter playbook. Very good. So yeah, you are particularly deadly in your fights, and so that's going to be 3 harm against Jesus. Because he is made of stone, he does have armor 1, so that is going to be reduced to 2 harm as you swing your sword, and it does like chip into the stone, but even with like all the momentum and otherworldly power that you put into it, it doesn't quite go as deep as you would like.
That's all right. I was expecting this.
But that means that I also get to choose one thing to inflict upon you. And this is going to be they inflict harm upon you. So you slash into the torso of Jesus. You pull out the blade, chunks of stone fall to the ground. He looks down, looks back up at you, gets into a like low posture, and then leaps up impossibly high into the air in like full like crane stance, and does like a Street Fighter bicycle kick on you.
Oof. How much harm are we looking at?
Because of the size of this thing and of what it is made of, that is going to be 2 harm, but it has also been blessed with holy power. And so because of that, it is going to bypass some of your infernal armor.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. So I figured it would be blessed. So that would be 1 harm for me. One of my armor, I normally have 2, is ignored by holy armor.
Only 1 armor is ignored by holy?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you currently have the upper hand, but this statue is capable of hurting you, you realize, more so than maybe some of the other things you have gone up against. And so, however confident or cocky Ezra might be, he knows that this thing might be able to do some damage to him.
Yes, that's okay. He was prepared for that.
I think this is a good opportunity then to jump over to Chris, who, realizing that the amulet is protecting her, has a chance to do something when she sees the chupacabras now turn against like Dale.
Help!
Dale, that was not any better than me with the flute. I don't see why you grabbed that out of my hand if you don't know how to play the flute either.
I didn't mean to. It just happened.
Well, that's what you get for being cocky. I am going to take my 3 charged up magic stones. I'm going to cast a couple spells.
Okay.
So first, I would like to spend 1 hold to provide armor to Dale.
Woo!
So as I kind of make grab one of those stones, it shines brightly, and then these magic runes kind of go around Dale, and as chupacabras jump up against him, it kind of force pushes them back a little bit, and just gives him a little bit of added protection. And then I would like to take the other 2 stones to target a small group with the stun spell. as I hold up a finger gun and start blasting magic at the paintings.
Okay, this is a new spell for Chris.
Yes. Stun knocks out most mortals and dazes or impairs most supernatural creatures. You don't have to have the target in your line of sight. As long as they are in the same scene, you can target them.
Very good. Sounds like a Urban Shadows version of a very classic tabletop role-playing spell.
Magic missile!
How does this work? Do you need to roll? Do you need to do anything?
I don't think so. That's all it says. Spend one hold to target someone present in the scene with a blast of psychic energy that inflicts S harm. You can instead spend 2 hold to target a small group.
And that is a specific kind of harm.
Stun, I would assume.
Yes, stun, which doesn't... You don't track it quite the same way, but I think for the purposes of this scene and what's happening right now, I think that'll work. So these blasts of magic, psychic energy that shoot out of Chris's hands, they sort of fly zigzagging across the room and hit the remaining targets, the remaining pictures of the pastor, and the photos just sort of crumple and wilt at the contact of the magic, and the laser blasts that have been flying around have been stopped. But that also means that all of your magic is gone for now. Everything you channeled, you have now used. So Chris is momentarily tapped out on spellcasting capabilities. As this happens, Bobby, what is Bobby doing on the ground being surrounded by chupacabras?
I wanted to try to create an opportunity for someone. So it's gonna lend a hand, can't do that. So I think I'm gonna turn to violence against, I'm gonna see if I can reach the chupacabra that is trying to eat my good buddy Dale. And I want to rip it off and create an opportunity for him to act or get out of there.
Turn to violence is a move specifically for trying to harm something. Like, is that what, like, are you trying to kill the chupacabra, or are you trying to...
No, I was like looking at like you create an opportunity for an ally, but yeah.
Right. I see what you mean. It's just like...
It sounds like escape a situation.
Yeah, I think if you want to do this in a way that like does not put the chupacabras in harm's way, since they are in theory still an asset to you guys, that would be more mislead, distract, and trick.
I like that. I would like to try to jump up and grab, I want to scratch the chupacabras as I'm going by to grab their attention.
Okay, so go ahead and roll with mind for me.
That's an 8.
That is an 8, which means that you get to pick 2 of these options as you try and distract the chupacabras from Dale and Chris. You can create an opportunity, expose a weakness or flaw, confuse them for some time, and avoid further entanglement.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I'd like to create an opportunity and avoid further entanglement with these guys. Hopefully get them off us if possible.
Yeah, for sure. So where is Bobby running into the room with Ezra, into the sanctuary?
That's where Bobby wants to go, but he's definitely prioritizing his more human-y friends to make sure they're getting there first.
Okay, no, for sure. So what I think happens is
maybe it makes more sense if I confuse the guys for a second while someone else tries to get the flute working.
Yeah, I think that works. So you like shout and harmlessly scratch at a couple of the chupacabras, and get their attention. This huge werewolf, and then you sprint into the room with Ezra and the statue, and the chupacabras chase after you. They hop off Dale, they run into the room after you, but then you sort of disappear into the pews, and they just seem confused about the entire situation, and they go back to just causing like general mayhem. Root, the Fey bodyguard, rushes over to Dale and helps you back up to your feet, Dale.
Thank you. God damn.
We gotta get these things under control. They're I didn't think it would be like this.
Let me try one more time. God damn it.
Dude, no.
All right, someone take this fucking shit away from me.
Yeah, what is he doing?
I don't know. I don't understand how I
How
rolled
did
so
you
badly.
roll a 2 and a 1 after rolling a 1 and a 1?
Wait, can I just say this is what happens when we're like rolling 12s to open doors? Okay, what are we doing, guys? Now we're in a bad situation and all we can get is 5s.
All right, how do I die?
I'm not going to be that mean about this right now, mostly because I want to keep the like action going. And I thought you guys would have succeeded on this by now. As Dale starts to play the flute, even though like the act of playing it is not like a magical act, the sound it produces is magical, and the magic is not doing what Dale wants it to do. And instead of the tune affecting the chupacabras, it's affecting the other things around you. And the lights in the building just start to pop and explode. And the screen with the pastor looking down on you sort of like sparks and fades and like gets stuck and freezes before it goes dark as well. And now you are all in total darkness in both of these rooms.
Good thing I got a flaming sword.
Yeah. The only light is now Ezra's sword illuminating in a small area around his fight with Jesus. And man, it looks sick. I'm not going to lie. Like, it looks super cool.
Yes. They start playing organ music in the background.
Yeah, it's total Dark Souls boss music.
Yes.
What do you guys do?
I'd like to approach the fog wall. Nice. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I'll jump in, try to help out with Jesus if that's possible, using my lupine senses to not crash into things. I'm thinking going for his legs. That's what I'm thinking, guys.
I think you should go for his booty.
I don't think it's gonna work if I go for his booty. I don't have armor piercing.
Everyone knows Jesus is afraid of butt stuff.
Okay, yeah. I want to try to tackle his legs, and I want to tip him over.
Okay, roll with blood as you turn to violence.
Oof, that's a 7. Oh, wait. Let me double check here. No, that is I added a 1. That is a 6. Does someone want to try to aid so we're not just snake eyes?
If somebody feels that they can lend a hand.
Yeah, I mean, I'll obviously aid him. He jumps in, and I'll be first, like, annoyed. I'm like, what are you doing interfering in my fight? But then I'm like, no, be reasonable, Ezra. We just have to win this.
Very good. If you would like to lend a hand, because Bobby is a werewolf, you need to roll with Night.
Okay. Yeah, so I'd like to lend a hand. Obviously, I just distract the guy. I yell some crazy expletive at him, thinking it will be the thing that will offend Statue Jesus the most to look at me while Bobby tackles his legs.
Book of Mormon is my favorite musical.
All right, let's see here, guys.
Bad, dude.
It's all in this.
Roll
That was a 5.
Bad.
Damn, this is awful.
No, dude.
That is a 5. Not gonna do it. Not able to lend a hand.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Dale is not able to lend a hand because of this ghost that hates Bobby, keeping him from doing so. But Chris, is there anything you think, as I'm picturing you guys running towards this room now and seeing this fight, is there anything you can do to try and help Bobby out here?
Yeah, I guess I can try and use some telepathy to make his miss less embarrassing and make Bobby not shit the bed here. Drawing on any magic I can in this area. I assume this place is owned by like an evil cult wizard, so I assume like it's a pretty magical sanctum they got here. And then you said to help Bobby, I have to roll Night, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's a 7.
Let's fucking go, dude.
A 7, which means that you do give a +1 to Bobby, making his turn to violence a 7, and therefore a success. What does your lending a hand look like?
I think Bobby like runs in and Stone Jesus sees him and like goes for a punch, and I kind of like deflect that so Bobby doesn't run right into the fist and is actually able to go for the tackle.
Very good. Bobby gets the tackle on Jesus's legs. The statue tumbles and falls to the ground with a crack. What amount of harm do you do with your attacks, Bobby?
3 harm I do with my attacks. No armor piercing. Do not have that yet.
Very good. Because this was like a tackle and not so much tearing into it with your claws or jaws, I'm gonna reduce that to a base 2. And then the armor reduces that by 1 as well. But the statue does continue to crack in places as it hits the ground. And I'm assuming that the option, oh wait, no, you don't get to pick anything here. But I get to pick one for, on you. But as you hit the ground, Bobby, Jesus puts you in like a leg lock and like pins you to the ground as he sort of rises and begins like doing rapid fire punches at Ezra as well. So you are in a bad spot right now.
Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, nothing good happens.
So, like, some of the Fey courts here, right?
Yes.
What the fuck are they doing? Just standing around with their dicks in their hands?
Well, I mean, it's like a player game.
Yeah. Root Root was like the first one in through the door with you to sort of like take point, but there is backup that is, I'll say, now beginning to enter once they saw like the lights going out and following. But like, I don't know, it's about what you guys are doing.
Yeah, chisel off his nose or something.
If there is something you need them for, or like a plan that you have that might involve them, by all means. But I'm less interested in what they're doing.
Use well, yeah, I don't want the NPCs to do all the cool stuff. We just need to start rolling good.
All right. Look. So here's my thought. Right. I can fly around this room. Obviously, I'm gonna try and I want to try. I've seen this Jesus. He likes to be flashy.
Yeah, for sure.
And here's like kind of my thought process here. I want to try and like taunt him, fly over to like I'm picturing stone walls, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, sure.
And I want to try and like taunt him into doing like a flying kick at me. This is how I'm picturing it, at least. It could be whatever. And the point being, like, obviously to kind of like, fly over and taunt him into doing a kick at me and like dodge and get him to crash into the wall.
Very good. This is absolutely a mislead, distract, or trick. So go ahead and roll with mind for me.
I rolled a 6. So if anyone can help me.
Oh my God.
That's what we kind of need if there's any help afoot.
I'll help. What are you doing again?
I'm trying to distract him into kicking me with a flying kick or whatever, charging me into the stone wall, which will, hopefully get him to, ungrapple Bobby, but also maybe hurt himself or something, or put himself into a bad position.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll like throw a few blasts from like over Ezra's shoulder to like try and get his attention and be like, yeah, see the evil devil man? Isn't he gross?
Yeah, I'm yelling shit at him, but he's ignoring me.
Yeah. And then I'll try to help with wild, and that is a 9.
Get over here, you stone bastard. You heard me, bastard.
I mean, technically he is a bastard, isn't he?
I mean, I guess it depends on your interpretation.
So that is a success, which means that you give the +1 once again. Chris just providing a lot of back support with what little magic she has left. But something I forgot in the first time you did this, on a 7 to 9, you expose yourself to danger, entanglement, or cost. And so I think the cost that you are going to expose yourself to, Chris, is your magic is running like dangerously low as you are doing these non-spell spells to help out your friends. If you want these to go off, I would like you to mark corruption to draw on your like deepest reserves of magic.
I don't want to do that.
But do it. Because you have to.
But
please.
I don't want to be corrupt for you. Ugh, you guys ask so much of Chris and don't give that much in return.
Are you kidding me? You can't. Like, have you seen how much Ezra has done? He's fighting
I got
a giant
2
statue.
fucking favors from the Fey Monarch, and you guys made me give them up for your stupid friend.
Don't sit here and pretend you'd be happy if it were just you and Celeste hanging out alone at your house all the time.
Whoa, I did not make you give them up for it. We could have tried to make a deal. You could have made it. We could have tried to make a deal.
Also, I'd like to point out that Ezra literally suggested that we use the deal to say we can spare all of their lives, so we wouldn't
That's
even
unreasonable,
be here.
though. That wasn't a reasonable ask. We had to kill someone.
We wouldn't have known unless we asked, but we didn't
that
ask.
is unreasonable. That's ridiculous.
It would have been the next arc.
Yeah, what a cool story it would have been with zero conflict.
I mean, maybe they could have done something more fucked up and we would have been like, shit, we got to go back on that deal. That's annoying.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark the corruption. I'm corrupted. I drew on demon magic. Fucking bullshit for my demon friend who I care about. Fucking bullshit.
Sorry, you're a good person.
Yeah, me too.
Nice.
It's not like we're trying to stop the world from ending or anything.
Apparently not that sorry if you're mad about taking corruption.
I'm very sorry that I took this corruption. Fucking bullshit. I don't want to be corrupt and evil like you guys.
With Chris's super evil, corrupt magic that she taps into, she's able to distract Jesus just long enough for him to look over towards her as he's doing as he lets go of Bobby pinned to the ground, starts sprinting across the sanctuary and does a flying, leaping kick towards Ezra, looks away right before he would connect with Ezra. Ezra flies up and he crashes into the side of the wall, cracking even more with such an impact. And I think that is when he slides down the wall to the ground, begins to rise up, taking steps back towards you all, when the his right leg just sort of like crumbles to dust and he falls to the ground. And he starts to crawl towards you. And as his left arm grips the floor and starts to pull, it cracks and splinters and splits off from the rest of his body. And with every motion that statue Jesus takes to get back towards you is crumbling a little bit more until it is just an animated head of the Son of God staring at you guys with contempt.
That's one way to deconstruct your faith.
You know what's funny? That's just like the end of Devil May Cry.
Can you guys please stop comparing my beautiful campaign to dumb stuff that I don't know about?
It's not anime. That's a video game.
No.
Well, maybe stop emulating dumb stuff you don't know about.
you're such a
Anyway,
cop.
as Ezra looks around,
Tropey bastard.
and he's like, all right, great. And he's like, he turns to Bobby and he says, you know, I could have done it by myself.
He totally could have.
You know what? Cool. Do it.
Sell out.
Fuck you.
Hey, Bobby, stop saying fuck you to Dale. That's your friend.
Fuck.
I know he keeps calling you a sellout, and it's
Fuck
kind of
you.
weird, but like, come on.
He's not a friend. He's a sellout.
Anyway, we're in a hurry. I don't know. I check the body for any cool items.
You find a magical crown of thorns.
I obviously
Nice.
put it on and try and do whatever cool kung fu moves it allows me to do.
It was wearing the Shroud of Turin
No.
as a cape.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
It gives you a +1 to checks to turn water into wine.
Great. That's what I wanted.
But it also gives you -1 armor at all times.
Only because it's holy.
Oh yeah, it's like a holy crown of thorns. So it gives you a -1 armor. That feels like, you know, it could give you a bleed effect if you'd prefer, but
So is the entranceway still closed or is it open at this point?
So you know from what the pastor said, to get down to the basement where the sons are hiding out, you need to go through the sanctuary here towards the sort of like a backstage area where there's a trap door that is protected by magical wards. And I'll say here is when the rest of the Fae sort of walk in. Thank you for clearing the way. Are you happy now, Tyler? Are you happy? The Fae are here. Do you need a description of all of them and what they're doing and who they are?
Dale's just gonna grab his bleeding neck where a chupacabra latched onto his fucking throat and go, "About goddamn time!"
Do they all have names?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Jeremy, and that's Raremy, and that's Teramy.
Brendan, John, Alex,
Gloria,
And that's the leprechaun.
Gloria.
Gloria.
No, I get it.
But we just call them the Glorias.
Team Gloria.
A full battalion.
They're an elite. They're an elite.
It's
group of
Baramy
Fae,
and Baramy.
all named Gloria. They're like the Ginyu Force, but Gloria Force.
But you
Okay.
can't forget Legolas.
Okay, let's just pretend they're clear.
Yes, and Legolas is there.
He's an elf, not a Fae. God.
No, that's good. That's in the yeah. I think that's good.
I think that elves
He
are
looks
fake.
like Legolas from The Hobbit. And he's
There's a little guy with a friggin' donkey for a
just
head.
chilling, and everyone's like, "What's he doing here?"
Oh man, how do we get Orlando Bloom on our podcast? Holy shit.
Jesus.
Oh my god. No, Jesus is dead. We just killed him.
It's me, Orlando Bloom.
Holy crap! Have you been practicing that all week? That's so good, dude.
Overly airy and dramatic.
Jesus
That's Orlando
Christ.
Bloom.
It's Orlando Bloom.
Will Turner.
innit?
Whoa.
Yeah, that was.
Please don't sue us, Orlando
was
Bloom.
That's the same
incredible.
guy.
Yeah, I can't even tell the difference.
That's what we call acting, folks.
Just stick to Stallone, okay?
Hey, I'm here too. Don't forget about me.
Oh. Did Ezra Captain is dead?
Nice.
So yeah, I'd like to ignore all of the Fae people and go to the locked magic door.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to RP with them some more? um, you head to the. I wrote down the right word for this. I think it's sacristy or sacristy. I can never remember where that R is in that word. But yeah, you head to
Sepulcher?
the room where the pastor would get ready
The
for
room where it
his
happens.
sermons each week. And you see that there are, you know, outfits hanging, like the robes that he would wear, and some like suits and stuff. And there's like a big
Pile of gold.
yeah.
We do a quick outfit change and sneak in wearing all his robes.
But you are able to tap into your magical senses, Chris, and you do detect a source of wizardly protection in like the one corner of this room, and you yank a rug off of it. You do see a simple wooden trapdoor in appearance, but you can tell that there is some quite potent magical protections and wards on this thing.
I would like to let it out to reshape the essence of an exposed object or magical spell.
Very good. Go ahead and roll with spirit to let it out.
Let it out. That's 11. I've been rolling fine all day. You guys just suck. Carrying the team as always.
I killed Jesus.
Yeah, because I helped you.
Nobody. I don't know that. I didn't notice the magic.
You saw me help. You saw it. You know.
I took credit.
I rolled an 11.
So that means that It's going to work, but it is going to either cause you to mark corruption or be costly, limited, or unstable in some way. The way I think this would be both costly and limited is that you are fully able to deactivate the wards. You will be able to open this and get through it and go where it leads. But the notification magics, the alarm will go off, and the Sons of Earthly Filth will know that you are on your way. So it's either that or you mark corruption.
I'm cool with them knowing.
Very good.
Let them know I will be their darkest hour.
We quick cut to a scene of Moose Calhoun dressed in all white denim, like always, and we see a few other sons. We see Dimitri, the guy that you guys sort of made a deal with, and they're going about their business when suddenly these magical red lights start flashing, and wordlessly Moose goes over to a shelf racked with just heavy artillery.
Nunchucks.
And pulls...
Just racked with nunchucks.
Just racked with nunchucks. And he begins to arm himself.
I promise if there's nunchucks there, Ezra will pick one up and use one.
When you guys open the trap door, you see like a simple wooden ladder that descends below into darkness.
We send the Fae first.
Alrighty, it's up to me, Orlando Bloom. Watch out, everyone. I'm on my way down to kill me some Sons of Earthly Filth in it.
Wow, he slides down that ladder so fluidly.
Orlando Legolas Bloom.
No, you know what? I like the cut of this guy's jib. Yeah, I volunteer him to go first and die horribly.
He'll probably do like some snowboarding on a shield, little spin move, multiple arrows, kill everybody for us.
Yeah. No, definitely not. He's definitely gonna die. He's gonna go into the hole by himself. I really want to get these chupacabras working.
The chupacabras
They'll
will
follow.
like, yeah, they're like following and like will begin descending down the hole, but you guys still have not gotten like any sort of direct command over them in intense situations.
Yeah,
obviously,
they came in real handy this time.
Yeah.
Wasn't this your idea?
Well, maybe you guys should learn how to play the
We did
fucking
all
flute.
this shit, and it'd be for this.
Yeah, no, look, it's like somebody handed you an accordion and said, this is how you control them. Just play it.
All right, guys. I think because I'm the artist of the group that maybe I should give it a shot.
You also have a wolf face right now. Can you actually play the flute?
Does he have lips?
I'm pretty sure. Nope. That's why I get a -1.
If you have a -1
Oh
to heart,
my
no,
God.
you're not taking this flute.
Well, I mean, like, what are we gonna give it to the guy who keeps rolling
I'm gonna
ones?
take it.
I
Obviously,
can try to playing the flute. I've never
fucked up
played an instrument
one time,
before.
and Dale said, "No, give it to me." Look, you're a fucking werewolf. If we get in trouble, we want you werewolfing on things. We don't need to roll right now. We don't have anything for them to do. We just need to go down the ladder. Stop arguing and go down the ladder with me.
All right,
go down the
somebody else
ladder.
go. Bobby.
All right, Ezra, go first.
I go down first. Everyone else come follow me.
I go down after Chris.
Wait, don't go down first, Chris. I'll go
It's
down
obviously
down
first.
going to
already.
be Bobby, then me. Shut up, Chris. You're
I
going on
think
the back.
we really need to
I'm
nail down the
halfway
order
down.
of who's going down the ladder when.
Okay, well, we're very decisive. This is easy. It's Bobby.
Well,
yeah,
I'm just
no.
making sure.
We
I don't know
give
if he
no
was being
option.
sarcastic.
We
It's
cut
the
to all of you down the ladder.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, it worked. It worked.
So we all go down the ladder.
All right, no, good job,
Bobby,
guys.
go
It worked.
first.
It worked. Honestly, we
Stop
should do this
talking.
more
What
often.
do
It
we
works
see?
better for us than rolling. Just get into an argument and get Mike to transport us to the next scene. Like, if Chris doesn't roll it, I don't think it's worth it anymore, guys.
Okay.
We
Okay.
spent all our good rolls
There's
on
just nothing to
opening door.
do with the chupacabras in that
Let's do
scene.
the next scene.
I think we should talk about the last one a little longer.
You are down the ladder. You guys descend down into what looks like a kind of normal looking, nondescript, dark stone hallway. Probably about like 30 feet long from where you're standing. About like 8 feet wide. And at the far end of this hallway, there is a heavy metal reinforced door. You stand there with, the pack of chupacabras, which are still sort of like untamed and wildly like nipping at each other and just like scratching at the walls. Root is there with you, and this newly arrived backup of Fae are with you as well.
I want to check out this steel door.
Dale, as you approach the steel door, about halfway down the hallway, you feel a stone panel that you step on
God damn it.
sink down.
God damn it.
What did I say? What did I say?
I told you guys last episode about another thing that you would face, but it seems you didn't remember.
That's cheating.
Tyler, edit faster so we can listen to this.
I'm not going to listen to them.
We needed to be prepared.
As Dale looks down, sees that he has stepped on some sort of pressure plate,
Uh-oh.
and then you all begin to smell something. It smells like red wine. As you see liquid start to pour out of cracks in the walls and rapidly pool around all of your feet.
Wow, they're really doing a theme for this place, huh?
It was water before this.
This tunnel is filling up, flooding rapidly with red wine. What do you guys do?
Drink it.
Quick, Ezra, drink it all.
Well,
Yeah,
first
right. He
off-
can't get drunk. He'll be fine.
Yeah, but presumably I could get physically filled up with liquid.
Can you?
Hey, you know what? Yeah, sure. Go for it, dude. This will work. I bet.
Yeah, but like first off, the first thing I do is just start flying a little above the wine so I don't get my feet wet.
Wow, thanks, dude.
I go over, I look at the steel door, I look at my flaming sword, and I think, could I do that thing from Star Wars Episode 1 where he sticks his lightsaber through the big metal sword and just like breaks it easily for no reason?
It's a door.
Let me ask you an important question. Do you think Ezra likes Star Wars?
Everybody likes Star Wars.
Funnily enough, I think he's a prequels guy.
He would be. Fucking poser.
No, yeah, I see it. I see it.
I don't know.
Um,
My mind, Ezra was very much like Star Wars is for nerds, you know?
yeah, probably he would say that 100%, but he's never, but this is his inner monologue. He's seen Star Wars, and he probably was a kid, and he probably has fond memories, even if he doesn't want to admit it.
Okay, I'll allow it. Gavel sound.
All right, what do you want me to try and do?
So Ezra goes over to the door, and sword like slowly starts pushing in. It is not as easy as Star Wars makes it look. You think that given enough time, maybe you can do this, but you're not going to be able to just like slash your sword and cut an opening into this. And the room is continuing to fill with liquid. As Ezra's working on that, what are the rest of you guys doing? Would you like the Fae to be doing anything?
I would like to study the room and try to find a way to disable this trap.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a particularly complex trap just from what you are looking at. It just seems like there are maybe a dozen points along the stone walls that are like have opened up and are pouring the liquid out, but it is going quite fast.
Do you think you could patch the walls, Dale?
Oh, I'm sure Dale's got the means to shut off the water, or rather the wine.
Just starts hitting the walls with a wrench.
Yeah,
They just
yeah,
start repairing.
a little status bar pops up at the bottom of the grate.
Yeah, a little
The
status bar
screen
goes
to
up
sh-
as you attack them with a wrench.
We are having fun. We can see where the wine's coming out, right?
It's very dark, so you don't have great vision on it, but like if you are moving around the room, they're easy enough to find as you go.
I'm going to pull some bungs out of my kit.
A bunch of corks?
Yes, those.
What about a bunch of corks?
Yes, bungs.
That's not the word that Zach used, Tyler. That's a made-up word that you're using.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but like, I like to picture literal wine corks.
I know you want it to be cartoony, but they're probably coming out of like something, I don't know, 2-inch pipe. So we're just going to throw a couple bungs in there. That's a roll with spirit. All right. Here goes nothing. Did I remember to pack the bungs in my kit? I totally did, bitch.
Yes, he did!
I remembered to pack the bungs. That's an 8.
An 8. Is this a let it out, or is this something specific for your playbook?
This is specific to my playbook. I'm pulling these out of my kit.
On a hit, you have the thing. Okay, very good. So yeah, you have the bungs. You think that they are going to be adequate to plug these things before the room floods. The question now is, are you able to do that quickly and well enough to stop this? Yeah, I think keep your cool is the simplest thing in this situation. If you are able to keep your head down, stop yourself from freaking out. Like at this point, the wine is like up to your guys' shins. Like it is really filling the room quickly.
Believe in the heart of the dice.
You can do it.
Who wants to help?
Can't
Someone help me.
Do it.
Someone help me plug the bugs. We have a 6. I just need one person to succeed in
I'll
an
help.
8.
I'll help. I don't have great in your circle though. So here's what I'm gonna do is roll a 10.
Fuck yeah. I toss Chris some bungs and she plugs the rest of the holes.
Yeah, when he drops a couple, I dive in, grab them like the hero I am, and save the day at the last second. Total Tom Cruise moment.
It's gonna be covered in wine regardless. We gotta like go under it to whatever.
I run in slow motion through the water.
I think you pull some of the Fae in as well, and you get like a full-on like assembly line going, passing the bungs down the hall, down the 30-foot hall, and like really like you kind of have to hammer these things in. And Dale, you're starting to freak out a little bit. You're starting to lose your cool just a little bit.
Oh god. I'm gonna die in the best way possible.
Chris is able to come over, help you out, get things organized, but that is going to bring your keep your cool up to a 7, which means that this is going to cost you something. I think what it's costing you here is that you're not really paying attention to your kit in this moment. And your kit is just getting like fully submerged in the wine. Some of those things are going to be ruined by this, damaged by the circumstances here. So I am going to give you a -1 ongoing to searching your kit until like basically this whole thing is over. But you have enough bungs. You have enough bung holes.
Bangholio.
And you are able to, through the power of teamwork, get those fully stopped. The wine pouring out of the holes plugged up. And the wine now going up to about the mid-thigh of like the shortest among you as it finally stops.
For there is but one bunghole.
Ezra has continued his work flying above the wine as much as possible to keep himself dry as he forces the flaming sword to cut and melt through the reinforced door. And even after the wine stops, it takes, quite a while to get through that, but eventually the door is entirely loose, sort of wobbling where it stands, sending ripples of wine through the room that you guys are standing in.
Wow, Ezra, that was pretty genius. Where'd you come up with that?
Oh, just a spark of creative genius.
From everything that you guys have been told, the Suns are behind this door.
So anyway, while we're waiting or whatever, I just want to point out, at some point or another, Ezra tastes the wine just to make sure it's actually shitty wine like he expected, and they didn't use some really expensive wine just to show off.
Oh no, this is totally shitty communion wine.
Yeah, but he just wanted to check. He was like, I knew it. He was like,
It's actually just frozen grape juice. They just did it for dramatic effect.
wasn't even wine.
Exactly.
They put a couple of bottles of vodka in there.
Just to get the smell right.
No.
Yeah.
They just got like purple and red Kool-Aid and mixed it.
This isn't even wine.
Why am I so sticky?
Okay, so in the room we just entered, going through this door, that's where the Suns are, or is it a room separated from that?
I mean, from everything you guys have to believe, where the Suns are holding out is going to be behind this door. So I guess what I'm wondering is there anything you guys want to prepare before you kick down the door? Is there anything that like you guys want to say or do with each other? This is going to be dangerous, you know?
I'd like to channel magic.
Okay, Chris taking a moment to once more refocus and see if she can charge her crystals.
Crystal power! 10.
10, so you get 3 charges once more?
Yup.
Okay, Chris is filled to the brim with magic.
I take the magic crown that we
There is
talked
no
about
magic
earlier.
crown.
Totally
That was
real.
a joke.
Totally real.
There is no magic crown of thorns.
What? No, totally real. Yeah,
Totally real, super legit.
Fake news.
very real
I
crown.
have a magic crown that makes me invincible.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, yeah. If there's no very real crown, then that's it.
You push open the door. It falls with a heavy thunk into the next room, and the wine begins to pour in as well, flowing into this new opening. And as soon as the doorway is clear, you see glowing red light ahead of you. And you see half a dozen men with rifles pointed right at you. You see one of the men is Dimitri, the guy that you made a deal with. And he, hesitantly starts to lower his gun. The chupacabras sense the purpose that they were brought here for, and without command begin to charge into the room, lapping through the wine and jumping at these people, including Dimitri, who realizes that your deal has effectively been broken. Gunfire starts. People start screaming. Chris, you go to cast a spell?
Yeah, I would like to use all 3 of my holds to target a medium-sized group with my stun spell.
Very good. Chris, you send out this shockwave of stunning magic, these bolts that once again zigzag through the air until they find their targets, this small group of men. And one by one, they are zapped, they freeze, their fingers lock, and unable to continue firing their guns as the chupacabras leap, knock them to the ground, pin them down so they're half drowning in the red wine. And the chupacabras open their lamprey mouths and begin to suck. And you see these men, these goons, you see Dimitri staring right at you, Chris, his face totally frozen, as his skin, his flesh, his muscles begin to wither as he is being assaulted by the chupacabra's powers. It's like he's rapidly aging, years at a time, wrinkles forming, cheeks becoming sunken, his eyes falling deeper into his skull, hair falling out of his head and floating in mottled patches in the wine until he is dead.
Gross.
Oh no, Dimitri.
That's a corruption, right? Surely.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. When I ignore a genuine plea for help, he didn't plea once.
Well played, sir.
From someone vulnerable, mark corruption.
I think there might have been some pleading in that last look he gave you, Chris. And this was a guy you made a deal with.
Fine, I'll mark more corruption. Yeah, I also said that those things wouldn't hunt anyone that was still affiliated, and he's still affiliated. I feel like he broke the oath.
He didn't break anything.
He said he was going to stop being affiliated with them, I thought.
He said that if you guys spared him, he would help you guys.
Well, he made a bad choice.
Well, being affiliated with the cult I have to kill is not helping me.
Listen, Dale's going to give you shit for it later.
I feel bad, but also I feel justified, and I also just stared this man down as he lost all sense of life. So, I'm punishing myself, okay?
Yeah, sounds like corruption.
I'll take your corruption.
If you would like to mark corruption, you may. I will not force you to at this moment.
Do it.
Force him.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm taking
Yeah, I
it.
just, you know,
Mercilessness.
like, I'm hearing the description of everything. I'm just like, well, I mean,
Fine. You've convinced me.
I
Chris
did just kill 12 people.
Yeah, fuck you. You have to mark it. I already said I was going to mark it. No, fuck you.
Just me, but you know.
you killed more people
was a
than
lot
I've
of
killed this whole
people.
campaign,
Murderer.
basically, just now.
Did he though? Because like, there's only a couple of chupacabras.
No, you know
right?
what? No,
And
there's a good amount of chupacabras.
He said it was like a medium group of people, like 12 or plus, you know. It was I see what I've done. I'm not proud of it.
is Moose among them?
I don't think so. I think he would have said. That would feel kind of anticlimactic.
As you guys step into the room, now amongst these floating, decrepit bodies, and the chupacabras stop their feasting on these victims, they dart forward further into the room, and you hear a voice calling out from the darkness. Well. Old friends come to see me. Is this what it's come to, Dale Tillman?
Dale is kneeling over the body of Dimitri, a tear rolling down his cheek. Because he didn't want to kill these guys. But he just is filled with rage when he hears Moose talk. Because none of these guys would be here if it weren't for him. Moose! Coward! Get out here!
I'm right here, Dale. I'm right here. But then you hear a voice that's sort of like right behind you. Or am I over here? And then a voice further in the darkness, in the opposite direction. Or maybe I'm over here. And then you hear multiple voices layered on top of each other. Or maybe I'm everywhere. And then you hear a buzzing sound.
Oh no.
And a colossal swarm of flies descends down upon you all. Maybe I'm right where I've always been. Maybe I've always been the boogeyman in the dark. Maybe I've always been the inevitability of what's about to come on the next episode of Escape the Dungeon. Thank you for listening to Escape the Dungeon. Escape the Dungeon is created by Dom Brass, Nate Brass, Zach Brass, and Mike Cripps, with editing and original music by Tyler Knittle. If you enjoyed this show, please consider subscribing and leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. To find us on social media, go to escapethedungeonpod.com.